Hello, my name is pokemontcg and welcome to a video I am extremely excited for. Yes, today I am opening up the Pokemon times Japanese Post Office stamp box collection. Now, before we jump straight into this opening, I just want to talk a little bit about why this box is so special. This box was released on August 25th, 2021 as a promotional release to celebrate the Japanese Post Service's 150th anniversary. This box allows us to take a step back into Japan's history books, not only just for the Postal Service, but for their artwork that has been throughout the years. This box comes with two promotional cards that feature classic pieces of artwork from Japan, but we'll talk about them a bit more later on. When this box released, it was only released via Japan's lottery system, so to get your hands on one wasn't easy, as you had to have a Japanese phone number to enter the lottery. However, they made around 80,000, which sounds like a lot, but when you compare that to the number of collectors, you'll start to understand this next bit a little bit more. When the box released, it was available for 4,000 yen. That's around £20 for British people, or $35. Which makes me sound like an absolute lunatic when I tell you I spent £350 or $475 for this box. But I didn't buy this box for profit like most people would have done. I bought this box because I simply love the cards and the history behind them. And investment wise, well, let's take a look at the box prices now. So it turns out I'm not a lunatic at all. So let's have a look at what's inside this incredibly special box. So now we have a better understanding on why this box is so special, it is time to open up the lid. Where you are probably going to notice the first thing is that the promo cards themselves are missing. No, I have not been scammed. Well, I hope I've not been scammed. We'll soon find out, as we also have sent the two promo cards off to Ace Grading to hopefully fingers crossed, get ourselves 2 10s. But let's do that last. The first thing we will talk about is these stamps, because they are absolutely beautiful. I myself am not a stamp collector, however these I will keep forever. These stamps display artwork of some of the most iconic base set cards, including the Charizard by Mitsuhiro Arita, who also designed the two promo cards in this set. As we dig down the box ever so slightly, we bring ourselves to the two family pack decks, or as it says on the box, family Pokemon card game. So this is basically just two sets of decks, some play mats, some damage counters, and of course, one of my favourite items in this box, in fact, is the Pikachu coin. I don't know why I love it so much. I just do. Maybe I'm a bit crazy, I don't know. Let's get into the box. As I say, everything laid out here. We have got the two decks. One is a Cinderace, one is the Pikachu, but the one thing I will say is pretty cool about these is that you get little stamped versions of the card. There's a little Pikachu stamp and there's a little Cinderace stamp on the two main cards. Now, as I take off this last little bit of plastic and get those out the way, we will find that we have three very stuck postcards. But we have the Pikachu, we have an Eevee, and we have a Charizard. And these are actually postcards with lots of little Pokemon symbols across the middle, which I think are really nice decorative pieces. And my plan with this box in the end is to have every single thing framed so that I can have it as one big frame, probably on one of these walls for the backgrounds of my videos. Now let's talk about these promo cards. I'll start with the Cramorant, which is Pokemon's take on a famous Japanese painting called Moongeese. A painting originally done by artist named Utagawa Hiroshige, who did this amazing piece of art on a wooden block back in the 17th century. Can you imagine popping to your back garden, finding a log and whipping up this masterpiece? It is currently in the Metropolitan Museum of Art, still visible today. The Japanese Postal Service first released stamps featuring the Moongeese back during the 1949 Philatelic Week, printed in monochrome. Although most people will care more for the Pikachu in this set, I think the Cramorant is simply stunning and captures the original artwork perfectly. The beauty looking back is yet another classic piece of Japanese art dating back to the 17th century as well. It was painted by Hishikawa Morinobu, but this time on silk. To think both these art pieces have survived nearly 400 years is a crazy thought, as this one can still be seen today in the Tokyo National Museum. However, the Japanese Postal Service seemed to favour the beauty looking back just a little bit more, as she has had a fair few appearances down the years, including one in 2001, and also joined the Moongeese back in 1949 for yet another monochrome print. However, both of these cards are rich in Japanese history from both a stamp collecting perspective and from fine Japanese art. And I'll be honest, having both of these cards is an absolute honour. So let's see what grade we got on these cards. But now is the time that I have certainly been waiting for. It's time to find out what grade I got on these cards. Thank you, Ace Grading, for the box. Get that out of here. Okay, so the first card we have here, I'm going to put my thumb over to cover, is the Pikachu itself. And on the Pikachu, we got ourselves a 10. Come on. Which leaves us now with the Cramorant, which is another 10. Got them both in 10s. That is amazing, because that will now look much more satisfying when I case them up into a frame. With everything out and where you can see it, I hope that you feel that this box is as special as I feel it is, especially with the throwbacks to the old classic Japanese stamps. I just think this is one of the best sets that Pokemon have ever released. But if you guys did enjoy, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel for some more Pokemon content. Thank you for watching. I've been pokemontcg, and I hope to see you soon.